Hi, everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and we are back with another Titans Return review from the Transformers Generations line. And if things seem and sound look a little different than previous videos, I am breaking in a new webcam. I had been using my cell phone before, so and with that, I couldn't use my headset, so now there's a trade-off. Each has its benefits, so we'll see what I decide. But right now, we're looking at Blurr. And I have to say, Blurr was one of the figures I was a little on the fence about. Because, on one hand, this is a fantastic update to the G1 figure. I mean, this really does look like the original animation model with some liberal elements of the toy, but it's a headmaster, which Blurr wasn't. Um, and I gotta tell you, this really looks like the toy. You have to see the Takara Legends version. It looks like that Blurr walked right out of the cartoon. I mean, I'll be interested to see if we ever get a masterpiece Blurr. I doubt we will. Uh, what it would look like, but I can pretty much guarantee they'd be crazy not to include some of the transformation options for it. Now, um, the vehicle does roll. It has some great, I think these are pegged in, or if not, they're really great casting wheels that allows it to roll quite nicely. Um, with all the deluxe and some of the Voyager and the Leader um, Titan figures, basically there is some interactivity with the weapons and the Titan Master figure. And Blurr's, I would actually have to say, is the most involved of the line. First, we just go ahead, remove the figure right here. Gonna close that up. Uh, And then what you want to do is, like you're going to transform for robot mode, split the front end here, bring this canopy, like basically you want to unsnap it, bring it down, and that way you can free up some of the tabs. And this is the trickiest part because it slots in here and here. So what you really, and it's very tight. Oh, whew. That was a little nerve-wracking. I have to be honest with you. Usually I'm a little more careful with it because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. But this is what will eventually be the shield in robot mode. But you go ahead, bring that in. You can flip out this little stand. I had to remove the gun here, but take the little Titan Master, uh, and then you just slide it in, and boom! It is a little stationary gun platform. Now, unlike a lot of the other Titan Master figures, this doesn't have a peg on the bottom for the weapon to be held in a robot's hand like a gun. It can be pegged into the side. And thus far, besides Blurr, which I'm demonstrating right here, the only other figure I know who has those pegs is Sentinel Prime. So maybe you can figure something like that out. But there you have that connectivity. So let me pause right here, get Blurr back to, the way it was looking before, and we'll get into the robot mode. Before we continue, I just wanted to give you a little look at Hyperfire here. This is a very nicely molded Titan Master. Same articulation, you have the little ball jointed arms and what have you, and the hip. The legs are all jointed on double hinges. And basically all you do is, flip the arms down, flip it around. There is one little thing I have noticed that a lot of reviewers and most people buying the figure are missing, even though it's mentioned in the instructions, but that for the Blurr's head, there is a little fin right here that can be pulled up and replicate the fin from the G1 animation and toy design. That actually makes me enjoy this a little bit better. So just for that, just wanted to point that out, and now we'll continue on with the transformation. Okay, transformation for Blurr is fun, but a little involved. Um, it has that nice tactile hand feel that a lot of people have been talking about lately. First, what you want to do is come in the front here, and just like you were going to go pull off the shield bit, uh, pull out what will be the arms. It's actually very interesting where the part that was like the head and arms will now form the legs on the G1 toy, and then the part that was really the legs is form the arms. But pull that out. Go ahead, detach the canopy. Now I do want to mention right here, if you notice, this canopy can actually fold down two ways. You have it here when you would have the Titan Master sitting in, and then you can push it down flush. That's going to be for robot mode. Having it down this way when going into vehicle mode will affect how the shield here front of the car can peg in. So you want to make sure that that is up when going into vehicle mode. So don't want to. This will slide in. You just don't want to do that just yet. So you got that done. Come around here, fold down the seat, and now go ahead, fold that canopy down all the way. It'll bring it up quite nice. You can go ahead, rotate these arms around, bring them up. They're going to peg into these shoulder sockets, and then what you want to do is these little panels are on a double hinge. Push right around where the wrist is. That'll free it up that you can hinge it around to the back. You don't really want to pull because you don't want to take a chance of snapping the hinge or anything. Next, what you want to do, turn the figure around. Go ahead, you flip open these panels, and then the legs will flip down. So you want to straighten them out, just like so. Separate the legs. They tab in up here by the knee and then down a little further, right around where the calf would be. On the left leg facing you is the fin will fold in, so you want to go ahead and do that. Close up these panels. Go ahead and then flip down the feet. You can then peg this. Really doesn't peg, just sits back there. And go ahead and remove the gun for now. I just wanted to show that you can store it back there. So just straighten the figure up, just like so. And then you want to come in with the Titan Master and just peg it in, just like so. Goes in relatively easily if you come in on a straight shot. And there you have Blurr in robot mode. And as you can see, you can hold the gun. In pictures, I really wasn't impressed with the handgun, but it has a nice silver paint finish, and it doesn't look as bad. Unfortunately, I'm a little annoyed that they're reusing it for Chrome Dome in Wave 2. I would have liked 2 of Chrome Dome's, the other gun, which looked more like the classic blasters, but that's that rant for another time. And there you have it. You have basically universal joints in the shoulders. Is there some play? There is actually a ball joint, which allows for some play, but not much. The head, of course, is on a ball joint. There's a little bit of waggle, so you can get some expressive, emotive poses and little swivels in the wrist, but, it's a fun figure. You can, of course, once again, remove this shield bit, and really what I suggest is just using your thumb and pressing up on these side tabs and not ripping it out like I did. There you go. It'll loosen it up. Like I said, I am very concerned over time about those tabs breaking or getting stress marks because they just go in so deep, and you need to push them in all the way to properly transform. There are holes here on the side, and there is that peg right there, so you can actually have Blurr wear the shield as a shield. And that's you can put it in the fist too, like the old G1 toy, but I think this works a little bit better. And yeah, I have to say I was really impressed with Blurr. Like I really didn't think I was gonna like this figure. But I do. It's a fun little toy, and we'll pause and we'll get my final thoughts. Blurr is a fun transformer. is a great update and homage to the original G1 toy. And let me just say, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece figure to be an homage to the G1 toy and character. You can do a mainline update. There isn't that issue. Unfortunately, my issue here is the headmaster, and you are also seeing one other little issue. That fin, when you're handling the figure, does like to pop down, but it's a minor gripe. Who knows? Maybe if there was a season 5 of Transformers, Blurr would have become a headmaster and a target master. And you see, that's my other issue is because we're getting Titan Masters as headmasters, we're not going to see target masters at least this series. Maybe the next generation's line. But basically, you have a decision. If you want the toy accuracy, you can go for the Hasbro version. If you're looking for the cartoon design, definitely go with the Takara Legends figure, which should be coming out, I think, sometime later this month. This is your old pal Chuck for Blurr. We will see you next time.